this video is just documenting an interesting bug that I found in Burp. I couldn't find any documentation on, so I sent it on to Portswigger, and it seems like they've acknowledged that it is a bug and they're fixing it. But I thought it was worth documenting. So what we have here is a request that is in Intruder, and the idea here is I'm going to select Intruder injection points that I'm going to use to seed a Burp audit or automated scan. And as you can see, I have, this is just a request to Gin and Juice Shop. It's a nonsense scan target. I invented a header here to be our target, so we have some custom header, and I want to make sure that that's recognized as an injection point within the scan. Now, crucially, and I saw this on an actual engagement where there was, there were directives to cache where there shouldn't be, and so as a result, there were certain items that I wanted to scan that had ended up being cached by the browser, and then the browser therefore included headers like if none match, as I've done here. So you can see that this is just manually manipulated. In this case, I've injected the if none match header into the request. But what I found was happening was that when you have that header, if none match, in a scan, and you send that to Burp, you want to scan that, Burp makes what I think is probably a reasonable decision to strip that header. So it will remove that header, which kind of makes sense because then you're actually not getting a, you're sending a request to the service that you're testing, and you're not saying that you have a cached version. If you say, hey, give me something new, if you don't have, or if I don't possess the correct version, so the scanner says, okay, well, let's drop that, so we make sure that we're not broadcasting to the server that we have some cached version, which, yeah, that makes sense. It doesn't appear to be documented anywhere. And the side effect of that, the consequence of that, is that these payload positions that you define for scanning, the way that they are indexed in the request, it appears like they don't get updated when the if none match header is removed. So as a result, I think it's basically, it doesn't seem to quite line up, but it appears almost as if these custom payload positions have some index by their length into a request. The header gets stripped, those lengths don't get updated, and so as a result, your payload position is actually going to go somewhere else, and that could be disastrous in some cases, or probably it might just end up with scans not functioning, and that's what I initially observed, which helped me learn that this was actually happening, because probably you're not, probably like me, you would make the assumption that, that this type of bug wouldn't exist. So let me show you how this works. So we have our header here. So because this is stripped, it's going to actually change the location of this custom injection point when I send it to a scan. So I'm going to scan to find insertion points. And you can see I have a task ready to go, which I'm going to click on. I'm going to go over to the dashboard and click on that request. And in this view under audit items, you can actually see the detected manual insertion point. And if I click on that, it will scroll us down and show that the injection point is actually not where I intended. So it has moved to some combined location between the value of the secfetch mode header and the actual name of the secfetch user. So if you're not aware of that, that could probably cause you to run into all sorts of interesting situations. So I thought it was interesting to document this weird little bug. Portswigger confirmed it was a bug. They're going to fix it. This was, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago. No confirmation of a timeline, but I'm sure it'll be out in their next update for Burp Professional.